I mean, or maybe we just need to learn. Cody says, I kind of wish the world would just go back to a simpler time, or at least partially. I'm not sure that's a good answer. I understand what you want. I'm just not sure it's an answer. Yeah, no, alright. I'm glad you recognize that it's not really an answer. I guess what you're saying, Cody, is that you just want a break. You just want a short break from all the shenanigans. You need a vacation, maybe. Maybe we should all take a break. Maybe the entire internet should take a break for like a year. I wonder if that's the solution. Like just, I mean, some people quit social media because they can't take it anymore. Maybe you should just have regular breaks from from social media. Quitting seems a little dramatic. But maybe people just need, or like maybe like people in aggregate need time to adjust. And it's a perfectly good idea to take a break from social media, really. I mean, if you don't want to do it, just don't do it. You don't need to be on social media. But you know, like when I look at the nonsense that's on social media, I just don't participate, right? Like people send viral videos to each other, I just don't do it. I just don't retweet that stuff. I just don't spread that stuff. I mean, maybe if there's a funny meme, I might use it on very rare occasions. But you know, when you see something that it's deliberate. No, Peg, can you just get out of there? When you see something that's deliberately designed to be controversial, to make you angry, to get a response from you, I just don't respond. I just don't do it. Cody says, I wish I could do that. What do you mean? Why can't you do that? Why can't you look at a thing and say, okay, this is trying to get me to have an emotional reaction, and I'm just gonna close it now. Like, this is trying to hijack my time. I'm just gonna close it now. What is... Cody says, I like to tell myself it doesn't bother me. And honestly, it doesn't too much. A small part of my brain gets annoyed, though, despite turning off as best I can. Like, I do think that, I can think, alright. I can think this is provocative. I'm smarter than to be swallowed by this. Alright, good. That's you're heading in the right direction. Maybe it's just, but my actual emotions, they get slightly, well, they get hijacked. A small part of it gets hijacked. Right. And over a long period of time, it just exhausts me. Fascinating. I say fascinating because it is what a lot of people say. And it is not something that I experience. I'm aware enough to know, says Cody, and I can control myself mostly, but eventually it just breaks in a small crack. Alright, well, When you feel yourself cracking, just close it and just walk away for a few days. I mean, I don't crack very often, if at all. Longer than, yeah, just as long as you need, right? Just as long as you need to feel like you want to come back, just close it and walk away, and then it's gone. I mean, that's the smart thing to do, right? Like, if it's not providing you any benefits, just stop doing it. You don't owe anyone to stay on social media, right? No one's paying you to put up with nonsense. I think that's the correct thing to do, and I think maybe we as a species and as a society just needs to practice doing that and become good at it. Become good at recognizing crap and just ignoring it. Cody says I've gone back slightly the past 4 to 5 months, but barely. Okay. Facebook is back, but I have 5 friends. Reddit is back, but I've made maybe 2 comments in a year, so on, so on. Well, you know, that's how I use social media. Like, I don't really I don't really like engage with people. Like, I look at Reddit, I don't really post anything. And maybe it's a little, maybe like at the back of your mind, you just practice thinking to yourself, alright, how much do I profit from making this comment? And you know what? Almost all the time the answer is nothing. You earn nothing from posting on Reddit. So just don't do it. Just very selective few ones, yeah. I mean, that sounds like how I do all my social media. Is like, it's just there, you look at it, and you just don't engage. Well, that's what I do. Unless it's, you know, important, or unless you think of something positive to add, then maybe you add it, right? Like if someone's asking a question and you know the answer, then you're like, alright, well, here's the answer. I wonder if the generations coming up now will be able to handle that better. There's a possibility that if kids are exposed to this stuff from a very young age, which they are now, if they put up with, you know, Facebook and Instagram and Twitter shenanigans from a very young age, it could be possible that they can adapt to it better than we can. I mean, I started using the internet when I was what, 12-ish? I'm kind of giving away my age, aren't I? You probably sounded younger, Cody. I mean, it might be possible. I mean, I should talk to kids. I should talk to kids these days. And at the same time, I'm also thinking about my own parents, which, you know, not to give away too many personal details. Cody says, maybe the internet is different enough now to make a change. I've been on PC basically my entire life. You've said that before, you don't have a smartphone, you said. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, I think 6? Wasn't it 6? So my own parents, bless them, they got smartphones a few years ago. And you know, they're on things like WhatsApp and, you know, the usual stuff. And it's good that they keep in touch with other people more easily now because, you know, smartphones and things. But, you know, my parents, at their age, they get caught up in the same shenanigans. Like, I mean, you know, I'm Chinese, so they're Chinese too. So they pass around Chinese memes, or their friends pass around Chinese memes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, alright. So memes, provocative videos, nonsense, they just kind of pass this stuff around, stupid jokes that aren't even funny. And they just share this among their groups and they just do the same crap. They do the same crap that we do. Or well, that ordinary people do. I mean, I didn't teach them to spam memes at each other. I wouldn't teach them that. And so, you know, they ask me how to use the phone, I teach them how to use the phone. And then they figure it out and they end up using it to spread memes to each other. So it's not like... So it's a very... I think it just cuts across generations. Like, I think everyone has that tendency to waste their time on nonsense when they have the opportunity to do so. And my own mother, my mom, like, she was telling me about this stupid video. Cody says every time I teach my mother anything tech-wise, she forgets in a week, and I teach it to her again a month later. That might be a separate problem. I mean, did you teach her to share memes? Well, the thing is, smartphones these days are quite easy to use. Is your mother trying to learn like old phones or the new phones? Android phones and iPhones are pretty easy to use. Well, maybe it's better, Cody. Maybe it's better that she doesn't learn. And then if she becomes a dank memer. What if she learns how to use her phone and she just becomes a dank memer? Wouldn't that be worse? Yeah, and so like, you know, my mom like tells me about stupid videos and I'm like, Mom, it's wasting your time. This video is trying to hijack your outrage and waste your time. And like, I have to explain it to her. And I mean, she gets it. But at the same time, as you say, Cody, there's a part of people that just can't help but be caught and be hijacked by the shenanigans and by the nonsense. Maybe it's just something that we need to become better at doing. And maybe if our kids, I mean I don't have kids, maybe if the next generation is, you know, grows up in this environment and they are forced to become more savvy in identifying manipulative media, maybe it'll be better in the long run. Maybe it means that there's gonna be less gullibility in the long run. That might be a good thing eventually. It could happen, Cody, yeah. I mean, I hope it does. I hope it happens. You know, the same way that our current generation is recognizing things like, well, homosexuality is just a thing, like there's no need to be scared of it. There's no need to hate it. Maybe it's just one of those things that people will eventually understand well enough as a society that they just don't do it anymore. Cody says, I'll be happy when it's just an everyday thing that doesn't need constant parades. As bad as that may sound. No, I get it. I get it. As I said, you know, it's the pushback. Like, why is there a giant parade? It's because it's been oppressed for so long that they need to rebound out of that hole that you've pushed them into. That's why there's parades. Like, if people stop pushing them down, they'll stop pushing back. Right? And everyone can just live comfortably, hopefully, at some point. Although parades are fun though, Cody. Parades are fun. Alright, let's take this out. One a year. It's like Christmas. It's gonna be like Christmas. That one time per year where everybody is fabulous. And then it's over. And nobody's fabulous anymore. I mean, that might be fine, actually. That might be entertaining. There's a few things we need to figure out as a society in the coming decades. The other thing is capitalism, which I don't know if we want to talk about that as well on my Minecraft stream. Late capitalism, or what happens when wealth concentrates too much in the hands of a few. Oh yeah, capitalism, Cody. I mean, when are the rich people gonna realize that they just don't know what to do with their money? Like, when are the rich people gonna realize that they're actually doing crap all with all their money, and they're not getting anything done? Cody says, to be fair, economical issues and political issues I'm clueless on. Oh, really? Well, my standard response to that is that if you don't understand it, then the people who do understand it are gonna screw you over. So it's one of those things that you should probably learn. Politics and economics, like, you know, if you don't know how money works, then someone else who does is gonna screw you over. Unfortunately, that's how people are. I mean, rich people, like, the money that they accumulate in their control, they don't do anything useful with. Derivatives trading? Bitcoin speculation. They're speculating on bitcoins now. Bitcoins, it's not productive. It doesn't produce anything. It's just a fictional currency. It's not... I can't believe this. It's like you give people millions of dollars and they just don't know what to do with it. Isn't Bitcoin's already dying? Well, I hope... I don't know, some people are gonna lose a lot of money if it dies. But it should never have been alive in the first place, not like this. I mean, it was an interesting experiment, but now it's just lost its mind. There's a Bitcoin bubble going on, isn't there? Who knows? But you know, some of the rich people in the world try so hard to get more money, and they just don't do anything useful with it. Yeah, no, there's a Bitcoin bubble right now, Cody. The price has shot up ridiculous. No, it's taking off right now. The problem is that it's not taking off because there's a good reason for it. It's just speculation right now. There's a speculative bubble. Probably because the rich people don't know what to do with their money, and so they just buy whatever they can find. I mean, you know the giant tax cuts for the rich the Americans are doing. You know, like when you give rich people even more money, they don't know what to do with it.